Hi, Badger here. It's the crack of 11:30 on a very cold and frosty morning, and today here at CVP we've got a bit of a coup in that we have the very first Panasonic AG-AF101 to hit the UK shores. And what we're going to do, we're going to take it out on a road test, see what we like about it, and see if there's anything in fact that we don't like about it. Before we do that, let's find out how it ticks and talk to our head of technology, Phil Myers.
Here is the Panasonic AG-AF101. This is probably the most hyped camera this year. It was introduced at NAB as a technology presentation. It was formally announced at IBC this year as a product. And here in the UK we'll have an exclusive look at the first production unit. This camera bridges the gap from digital SLR to a full video camcorder. It gives you that shallow depth of field look that you get with the large image sensor. And this camera uses the micro 4/3 inch sensor from Panasonic. It gives you all of the ergonomics of a video camcorder. It gives you a viewfinder, an LCD. It provides ND filters for shooting in high light, as well as a whole array of video connectivity around the rear. One of the big benefits of this camera is it has enhanced image processing. So this reduces the effects of rolling shutter and aliasing artifacts that are normally associated with digital SLR cameras. So we have the micro 4/3 inch imager. It's a 2x crop compared to 35mm sensor. It has a wide range of support for Lumix zoom lenses from Panasonic, as well as a whole range of third-party mounts for PL, for Nikon, and for Canon. Like I said to you, it has professional connectivity. So the rear of this camera, you have HD SDI, which as you expect is a BNC. So you can have a Panasonic P2 gear on the back of this camera to give you the AVC Intra 100 megabits recording format. We can also connect to a consumer display, has HDMI connectivity. And one of the big benefits of this camera over a digital SLR camera is it has XLR audio. So you can have your audio running in there from a shotgun mic or from radio mics, and you can have full control of your audio using the controls down here. So what does this camera record to? It records to the Panasonic AVC cam compression system. What does it record onto? It records onto cards around the back, solid state cards. There's 2 slots, so you can use the SDHC card if you wish. We recommend class 6 if you're going to do standard recording, or class 10 if you want to do the variable frame rate recording. The recording formats in this camera are variable from 720p to 1080i to 1080p. And like I said to you, it uses the AVC cam compression, so that's up to 24 megabits per second in the PH mode with full 2 channels of uncompressed audio. There's a good selection of features in this camera, allowing you to shoot interval recording for time lapse. It allows you to shoot variable frame rates from 12 to 50 frames per second in full 1080-25 progressive scan. If you want a more distinct look to go with your shallow depth of field, the camera provides full cine-like gamma curves. Because it's solid state, this camera is backed by Panasonic's 3-year warranty. So just to summarize, this is not a video camera, it's not a digital SLR camera, it's the best of both.
So that was the technical lowdown. Let's get out on the road. Got the trusty Badger bus here. What we need now is to hand the 101 over to our tame cameraman. Some say he has 6 toes on each foot, and on Saturdays he licks cats. All we know, he's called the Squirrel. If Leonardo da Vinci had ever been asked to design a futuristic electric kettle, he'd have come up with the AG-AF101. But what it lacks in style and pizzazz, the 101 more than makes up for in performance, as we were about to find out. By dawn we had travelled the 14 miles to Hatton Locks, where the Squirrel fired up the 101. With us we had a Zeiss 35mm compact prime lens and a Lumix 14 to 140mm f4 to f5.8 zoom. With the Zeiss, we could achieve breathtakingly shallow depth of field, while the Lumix allowed us to frame shots like this. And this. We were impressed. noon, the squirrel wanted an ice cream to warm him up, so we set off for Henley in Arden, which was shut due to frost. And someone leaving this tree in an inconvenient place. The 101 was exceeding our expectations by handling the low light of early morning and the high contrast of lunchtime sun with ease. Now it was time for the night shots. We set up conveniently near Costa, and using the faster Zeiss lens, we captured the thronging horde of late shoppers. And some blue lights donated by the local police. The squirrel also wanted to prove what a cranker he is. First by undercranking at 12 frames per second. And then sneakily overcranking at 50 frames per second. ISO and aperture adjustments were handled with ease by the squirrel, and the results were silky smooth pictures with great handling of the contrasting light. The final leg of our road trip was far to the frozen north, Birmingham, where several hundred people from Perry Bar had descended on the German market, determined to laugh inanely at anything and to play hide the sausage. The squirrel was good at this game. He managed to hide the sausage at least twice. Next, we turned the 101 on the traditional German udder pulling contest. And finally, using various frame rates, we tried to capture a child vomiting on the merry-go-round. We failed, but the 101 had succeeded in becoming the squirrel's new best friend. Well, we're back. We've been on the road for at least 96 days. We've really put the 101 through its paces. Squirrel, what's the verdict? Well, I guess what the squirrel's really saying is that he loves the connectivity of the camera and the way that all the switchgear falls very neatly to hand. What he also likes is the cinema quality lenses that you put on the front, which gives you creative flexibility, allows you to achieve that shallow depth of field that everyone's looking for these days. But above all, what the squirrel really likes about this camera is the fact that the picture quality far outweighs that of any DSLR currently on the market. And the question is, squirrel, would you buy one? I guess that's a yes.